Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakodash, for giving me the spirit and power to make this lesson. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that teach this truth and rule well by the spirits and powers that be. Wabrakatham unto the hopeful elect. This is the brother Gabar, and I'm back with another lesson. And this is going to be over putting off the corruptible and immortal thoughts and ways, so that you can put on the incorruptible, right, and the immortal thoughts, all right, and ways, okay? And this comes with a lot of displeasure because we're in this flesh, but in the end, it has its own reward. It has its fruit, okay? So let's just jump into that. 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 53. It says, "For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality." And this is ultimately going to be when we get those new bodies, right? When we get that second covenant, a better covenant, where the Lord gives us a new body and writes the statutes and commandments in our heart, in us, where we'll never go off. We'll never die because we won't sin, okay? But before that happens, the people that's going to be changed, they're already going to have put off the mortal thoughts, the mortal ways, and they're going to be putting on more and more of the immortal. So this is probably going to be titled somewhere amongst put on more of the immortal, you know. So let's keep going. 54 says, "So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory?" Exactly. All right. Death is going to be swallowed up because you're not going to die if you don't sin. The wages of sin is death, as the scriptures say. Right. So we're going to have to put on more of this immortal. All right. We're going to have to put on more of Yahweh Bahashem Shai, as the scriptures say that the just shine more and more until the perfect day. Ultimately, that perfect day is when Yahweh Shai comes and he literally changes us. But until that day, we need to be putting on more and more of Yahweh Bahashem Shai, getting more wisdom. And that looks like you fearing, all right, Yahweh Bahashem Shai more. That's what it looks like, okay? Because when you put on more of the Lord, you're putting on more of immortality. Let's grab that. This is Sirach, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, and verse 19. It says, "And incorruption maketh us near unto Yahweh." And we got a lot of scriptures on what happens, you know, when you get closer to Yahweh Bahashem Shai. All right. And the very next scripture says, "Therefore the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom." Okay. And you read down, it speaks about honoring wisdom, right? So that you can reign, you know. But we're trying to get closer to Yahweh Bahashem Shai when this time comes of trouble and distress, so that we can be delivered, and that we can be delivered from the things we got to suffer and go through now, you know, because brothers, you know, go through a lot of different situations, right? But we have to put on more of this incorruption. We have to put on more of this immortal ways, which is wisdom, so that we can get closer to Yahweh Bahashem Shai, have a better relationship. Wisdom will not dwell within a malicious soul, as the scriptures say. You see? So if you're just going off, because, you know, we go off from time to time being in this flesh, not willingly, right? Because the truth is right and perfect, and the law is right and perfect, but we're not going to be justified by that. We're not going to be saved by that. But by our faith, Salakia. You see? So we need to get closer to Yahweh Bahashem Shai, as close as we can. Let's grab 2 Ezra chapter 2 and verse 45. Matter of fact, let's go verse 44. 2 Ezra chapter 2 and verse 44, when Ezra was speaking to the angel Uriel. All right. It says, "So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He said and said unto me," Slakia, he answered and said unto me, "These be they that have put off the mortal clothing." Ultimately, we're going to be changed, but we have to do this now in our mind. We have to put on that incorruptible mindset and ways so that we can be closer to the Lord, and ultimately we can literally physically be changed. It says, these be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of Yahweh. Now are they crowned and receive palms. Yeah, so that's going to come. And this is that prophecy that Yahweh Shah is going to set crowns on them, right? The one that was in the midst of this vision, in this crowd, in this vision, you know, that was more exalted and set crowns on their head. You see? So it's going to happen, but you have to put on more of that incorruptible spirit. You can't have that corruptible spirit, you know, and think you're going to get changed. Just bullshitting. You see? Let's jump over here to 2nd Ezra chapter 14 and verse 14. Another time when they were having a conversation, the angel and Ezra. It says, 2nd Ezra 14 and 14, let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature. Yeah, so ultimately, you know, you can read this chapter and it'll tell you ultimately what this is speaking about, how it's going to be more evils to come. All right, but we can use this, right? We can use this now because it is greater evils that are about to come in our own lives. So we have to let go of these mortal thoughts, because the situations that we're going to be in, you don't want to act carnally in those situations. You want to be as spiritual as possible. You see? Because it's going to be mayhem on all sides of the board, on all sides of the equation. And the only way out is going to be Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai. So we need to cast off, you know, these mortal thoughts, the weak nature, you see, these burdens, and focus on Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai and being more incorruptible, all right, which is taking on more of his spirit by fearing him more, you know. And we fall at times, but you got to get back up. That's a part of the fight as well, getting back up. When you fall, you might be doing perfect and good, you know, you on fire. And then, boom, you know, so whatever happens, happens, you know. So we have to put those vices out the way, you know. We got to, if you're in a situation, you know, you're going to have to just pray on that, you know, and put off that weak nature and deal with it if that's the way out. Because sometimes, as the scriptures say, he always provides a way of escape, right, so that you can handle. Sometimes it's actually just going through with whatever it is, right? Verse 15. And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. Okay, so we need to be putting off more, all right, of these mortal thoughts and these heavy burdens, right? And putting on more of what? We need to be putting on more of Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai, because it's only going to get worse. We cannot focus on these things. We need to keep our eyes on the prize, Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai, and ultimately getting the salvation, all right? Getting the salvation, that's key. Okay, and that's basically all I wanted to come on here and say. So we need to move closer to Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai by being more incorruptible, putting on more of his spirit, all right? Because ultimately, if we want to be changed, we have to be changed in our mind. Yahweh Shai said, ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. You see? So we got to be changed in our mind, and then we're going to be changed physically. All right. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Give me a spirit and power to make this lesson. Kamir Shalom.